the quick movers pre-market. And so the quick mover pre-market that I saw before I actually traded MRNS was NVUS. NVUS. So this was on my watch list from yesterday. They got some news. Um, they got some after hour news about. Let's see. The news columns are not appearing. I'll just go over some what I wrote yesterday. So yes, it was an acquisition with a play with new CEO. It was also a first green day, and they have gap to fills between $1 and between 80 cents and $1. I stated that it was a potential while to move to 140, and it did have a potential move to 140 like very quickly, right before the market opened. It was amazing though. Like just watching this move right here. This let's see, 30-minute move before the market opened. I watched it from like it's making its move from 80 cents all the way to 90, uh filling this uh filling this gap. I didn't trade it because it was looking like a parabolic chart. I was too scared to trade it, and then when I was tempted to trade it, it was already a chase, so I stopped trading it. I didn't trade it. I just let it rip, and it hit a high of 135 um during the market hour. It was a very nice let's see, um 50% move, maybe 40 to 50% move. Yeah, it was a nice 40 to 50% move on where is it? Let's see. Um so 1.35, right? Divided by zero point 0.8. It was a nice 60 to 70% move from the low of 80 cents to 135. Miss Missed it. So next ticket to watch was MRNS, and I've been trading this ticker all morning. Yeah, I've been trading this ticker all morning. Let's see, where is it's not showing my trades on there. Let me fix this. Okay. So I'll just go over like one at a time. So my first entry was at 3 6 chain. So my first entry was down all the way down here. So I bought on this big green spiker. I I bought like a 3 6 chain right here. The risk was this low, 310 to 309. That was my risk. And my goal was for the stock to break a VWAP and then eventually hit 340. That was my goal. So so that's like a 1 to 3 ratios. Still pretty good. I got stopped out on this candle when it break my risk, and I got faked out. So it went down to 306. I got faked out. But then I re-enter on the like on this green candle, I think. On one of these green, yeah, on this green candle. I re-enter on this green candle because it showed that it has made a higher low. So the previous low was like $3. It made a higher low at 306. I re-entered this candle. My risk was 306. My goal was for it to break a VWAP and then to sell into like the 330 area. And it double bottom right here. It did a double bottom here, which confirmed uh, my position. So I just stay with 20 shares. I stay with 20 shares. And then when it hit 330, I decided to sell troll shares. I decided to sell troll shares right here. Somewhere around here. Yeah. And then it moved higher. And so I sold 2 shares at 336. And then I sold all of my shares at 330 again. So average around like 330. So that's like a 5% move based on my opening position and my exit, my closed. So that was pretty good. My second trade was at 339. It was over. I bought on this let's see, where was it? I bought on this green ticker. On this green candle. I bought on this green candle. So it went down to like to a low of 327, 328, 327. And then it came back right back up. So I re-enter at 339. It broke but this time I re-enter with a smaller share size. I enter with 10 shares. And it broke 340, which was the previous resistance. And then it quickly moved to the 350 area. And I got out on this on this on this green candle with the wick. It was a very quick wick. My goal was to sell into like the 370 area, risking 328. My goal was 370 area, but it was a quick wick. So I sold. Let's see. Yeah, I sold all 10 shares at 358 before I actually dropped down to like 347. I could have hold and then just sell like at 364 as it was coming back up. But yeah, it's a choppy stock. And then later on, it dipped down and made a higher low. At that point, I was ignoring the stock. Really, I should have just kept watching and then watch as it made a higher low and re-enter on the bounce. Instead, I've instead I ignored it and went somewhere else, and then I was coming back and saw that was making a higher low. So I re-entered like very high. Really, it was a chase. I re-entered to some. I re-entered at 373. Yeah, I re-entered at 373 with 10 shares. So yeah, it did a quick spike to like 283, the 280 area. My risk at that point was at 368 because I entered way too high. My risk was the previous low, which was 368 on this green candle. So I sold 2 shares at 385, not 385, 383. the goal was to make it like to look the 390. And then I held 8 shares. Yeah, I held 8 shares for it to move higher. I held a share for a higher move, but then it dipped and I got fake out again. It dipped to a newer low at 368, a higher low. I got faked out. It also hit my wrist too, so still, yeah, I got faked out. And I sold all my shares at 368. My next trade was 381. Let's see. Yeah, my next trade was right here. Was 281 as it was coming back up from the low. But I was when I entered at 281 with 10 shares, I was risking 375. My goal my goal this time was to sell into the four. To sell into the $4. I wanted to hit like $4 like very badly. And so I sold um 4 shares. I sold 4 shares at 394, like around here. It later did go to like 396, 397. I should have sold all my shares at that point. Instead I was waiting for it to break. Four became a like very strong resistance at this point. A $1 area, a whole dollar area, yeah, a whole dollar area, strong position, strong resistance, and I held it. I held my six position size, and it dipped on me, and I took I cut my losses at 74. Later on, it was coming back up again, and I re-entered with 10 shares at 395, around here. Yeah, I re-entered with 10 shares at 395 right here. My risk was 90. My risk when I entered here, my risk was 390. It was see as you can see from the chart, it was already coming back up from the low again. A higher low compared to this low. I kind of chased it when I bought it at 395. I was thinking that was gonna break 304. Not 304. I was thinking that was gonna break a $4 area. I chased it, risking 390. I mean to make like 410 with a big resistance at 4, which was not a very good decision there. So I entered with 10 shares at 395, and then it flushes on me. It flushes on me, and I got out at 388. Yeah, I got out at 388. Is it here or let's see? I think it was here that I bought it. It might have been here, not over here. It might have been over here that I bought it. So yeah, it flushes on me, and I got out at 388. It moved lower, and then I just stopped trading because I gave back like half of what I made, really, today. It with my initial my two successful trades, I made like $4. I gave back like a couple, and then d- down to like $3. Down, yeah, down to $3, $3 and $2. And then let's see, 392 5. And yeah, it was on this trade that it like really flushed on me. I entered at 392 with 20 shares, thinking that it might eventually break $4. What I should have done is just wait for it to dip and then buy off the dip. That's what I should have done. Yeah, that is what I should have done. Instead, I bought up here instead of waiting for it to make a lower high, thinking that was gonna anticipating a break of 4. I bought 20 shares at 392. It flushes, and I get out at 384. It did go down lower, and it made a higher low. Now that it has made a higher low, I re-enter. I re-entered with 20 shares at 384.5. So I re-enter around here. And this time, like stocks like NVUS was already very down, and since this stock is going back up to like resistance, a lot of people will be anticipating a break of 4. Let's see how many times it has strike the $4 area. So 1, 2, 3. It has strike $4 area 3 times. So I entered 381. My risk 375. I was aiming for a break of $4 with 20 shares. It and then it moved to 393, and I sold half of my position size at 393 and hold the other half for a higher move. Yeah, just locking the gains. Just locking in the gains that I have made from the trade. And then I sold 5 at $4 because I'm having a difficulty time breaking $4. Locking my gain at $4. Afterward, I sold like 2 at 40. I sold 2 shares at 403. I sold 2 shares at 403 around here. And then I sold 1 share at 406. I held on to the last 2 shares for a move to 410. And, telling myself that if the stock broke $4, then I get out. And the stock did break $4. And I got out of all my position size at 396 on this flush. Later on, the stock did come back to $4, but it never went higher than 407, which was the high right here. A lot of overhead resistance. And if people were shorting, they probably enter right here, right now on the lower high, and then risking 410 or 413, risking this area because there is another yeah, risking this area. If it can actually move up and break the fourth third chain for 410 or the high from or the high from pre-market, like let's see, what was the high? The high from pre-market was 420. So there were like 2 area of resistance, 1 and 2. So if people are if they actually break 420, there's like high. There's a possibility of maybe a squeeze, short squeeze higher, and then fake out or something like that. But making lower high and then constantly making lower high and dipping and dipping and dipping, and then at this area it flushes down, and basically that made a number seven pattern, a dead, basically a crow, not a crow, but a dead cat. Sorry for my languages. A dead cat bounce. That was one of the term from Tim Sykes' seven framework, seven step framework. Yeah. So making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and then yeah, it has been dipping all day and into the after hour dip. So overall, I made like $4. I could have made more if it wasn't for my chase. So my mistakes today was chasing, over trade. Yeah, was chasing and over trading. My initial buy wasn't bad. My initials buy entries, they weren't bad. Just that choppy, choppy play. If I'm only focusing on like a breakout, but this was a good dip buy. There were many dip buy opportunities with higher lows, like right here, higher lows, and a couple of higher highs to sell into. But when it failed to break out of 410 and make a lower high here, and then it's already like 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, which is like 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. People are going for lunch. So even though on the volumes chart, it has like a lot of millions of stocks traded, it's the volumes cannot compare to the morning. As you can see, it's actually dying out as they get closer to the market close. So yeah, I overtraded today on MRNS. Overtraded, but traded conservatively, and it shows that I'm more comfortable buying the bounce off of higher lows, bounce off of higher lows, and risking the new low. Yeah, and that'll be all. So if you're watching this, don't forget to comment, give a like, a thumbs up, or yeah, like on how I can maybe improve my trades or how I can improve video qualities. And that'll be all. Have a good day.